pitch really quickly, kind of show you how it goes. Obviously, as soon as you come in the house, the first thing you're going to do is to call the office and check in with the verification center, let them know that you got there okay, safe. And then I always kind of walk around the house. I don't sit at the couch. You always sit at the kitchen table. Very important that you're not sitting at the couch, you're sitting at the kitchen table. They always kind of point you towards the couch, and I always, when I come in, they often say, grab a seat. I pretend I don't hear them, walk by, take my book, set it at the table where I want to sit, pull out my chair, stand there, take a look around, and I'll say, oh wow, this is a really nice home you got here. Do you have a phone I can use to check in with the office really quickly? And then when they get their phone, I kind of go and set myself up and sit down at their table and wait for them to come back and have a seat, okay? So then as soon as they come in, again, say, oh my gosh, hey, Mr. Jones, thank you so much for having me at your home today. I got a couple gifts here for you. First and foremost, I got your Walmart gift card here. Okay, now that's $5 or 500 pennies, however you want to look at it. And then I'll proceed to warm up with them for 15 to 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, the warm up is very, very important. A lot of times people ask me, how do you overcome objections? And the best way to overcome objections is to not have objections, and the more they trust you and like you as a person, the less of objections they're going to have. So I always spend 15 minutes at least. You know, Rick always told me to look at your watch, set the time. It's been 15 minutes, then you kind of start the pitch. My rule of thumb had always been to try to find two things in common with the person, whether that be, oh my gosh, you're from a small town, I'm from a small town. Oh my gosh, you're from the big city, I lived in a big city for years, I can't believe the traffic, or oh, I love the plants outside, or oh my gosh, you have a mom and a dad, I have a mom and a dad, can you believe that? Whatever it might be, to come and get some things in common with them. And then once I feel like I've sat with them for 15 minutes, or I've come up with a couple things in common, or if maybe they're really hard to break, they're really just stoic person who's not really letting me talk much, and they say, get down to business, what's this all about? One of those three things happen, then that's kind of where I go into the pitch, okay? And I say, okay, Mrs. Jones, I got a couple gifts here for you. First and foremost, I got your final wishes and request book. This is a final wishes guide. This is just a free gift that we give all of our clients. And I don't have a pen, but I usually would have a pen. And you never point with your finger, always point with the pen. Actually, I think you have a pen right here. One of these. Okay. This is a my wish. This is a free gift that we give to all of our clients for whoever is taking care of your final arrangements. Let me ask you, Ms. Jones. Let me ask you, Derek. If you were to pass away tonight in your sleep, tomorrow morning you're looking down from heaven, who would be taking care of your final arrangements? Would you say?
My mother.
Your mother. What's her name?
Jody A.
Jody A. Okay. So then I write right up here in the front. I usually don't fill out this part yet. I'll usually wait till then to do that. I say, dear, and I'll read this, and it says, Dear Jody, it is my wish that you be spared from anxiety, expense, and inconvenience at the time of my death. Therefore, as a gift to you, I have taken the caring and loving steps to alleviate both the emotional and financial burden my passing will create. By setting up this final arrangement plan, I hope that you will celebrate my life the way I want you to. Within this plan, I have documented my final wishes with specific arrangements that should be implemented at the time of my death. This document will act as a roadmap, okay, tracking, it will act as a roadmap as to where important documents can be found and which people should be notified. I sincerely hope you will find these arrangements helpful and that they will help you retain a warm memory of the wonderful years we spent together. That's real nice, isn't it? That's real nice. And then this is very important that you write down their beneficiary's name right here at the beginning because you're going to be using that name throughout the spiel here, okay? Now, this has got some very important information here for you, Mr. Derek, okay? This is kind of some of your secondary next to kins. Your family, are you married right now?
Mm-mm.
Oh, wow, how'd you pull that off? Good looking guy like you. Now, this is very important. What's your father's name?
Jeff.
Jeff. And your mother is Jody, we already know that. And where were they born? What state?
Kentucky.
Kentucky and Kentucky. Great. Are you a veteran?
No.
Okay, if they are, I would say, oh my gosh, thank you so much for your service.
Yeah.
Give them a big handshake. Oh, thank you, you're a true hero. They could have been a sanitary guy for the Coast Guard for 12 months, and got kicked out for smoking pot. I don't care. Still gonna congratulate them on their service. And then, now let me ask you this. If you were to pass away and we couldn't get a hold of Jody, who would be a great contact person for us to call?
My aunt.
Yeah, maybe someone close by that she'd be able to. Okay, she lives here in town, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. What's her name and her
Alicia.
Alicia, and her phone number 502 blah blah blah
Yeah.
12345. Now, congratulations, you've gotten this far into the pitch, and you've got your first referral. Okay,
Cool.
so you can always call them down the road and get them a sale if they don't buy. I always write that number down and stuff like this. Now, some people do a better job than I do of going through this book in depth, and just for the sake of the length of the video, I'm not going to go through it. But there are some very important pages in here that you'll go over with the client. This first one is your funeral home mortuary plan. So I usually say on this one, I say, so let me ask you this. You already have your pre-arrangements made, right? No, you don't?
No.
You haven't paid for your funeral already?
Mm-mm.
Oh my goodness. Oh gosh, oh, that's crazy. Okay, well, okay, interesting. And this is probably why you thought you should get some coverage, I guess, huh? Is that what you had in mind? Okay, cool. And then also, some important stuff, your public information. What was your spouse's name? Now, obviously, Derek here isn't married, but this part I will sometimes really ham this one up, especially if your wife or your husband has passed away, and I'll ask them to just kind of tell me the story of their family and their relationship with their wife, how they met, what church they get married in, and things like that. Then at the end, I'm going to go back, I'm going to read it back to them, and it's really a touching time for you to bring up some of those emotions and really truly do a service, because a lot of times, you know, they don't want to go over this with their kids, so you're kind of helping them with write their own obituary and get some of the facts down. Important people to be notified. Importance of will. Derek, do you have a will in place right now?
No.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Well, anyways, you know, we have a company that can help you with that as well. Now, this is a very important page. This is probably the most important page on here. So this is page 12 and 13. This is a very important page, okay, guys? You are going to find out what insurance they do or don't have already, okay? The more information you can gather, this book is a gift, but it's also your fact-finding mission. It's your way of getting information from the client so that you kind of know what to pitch them. I know we're usually always pitching life insurance, but anytime you're doing sales, it's you're not selling them a product to be. Most people don't sell. They figure out what their problem is, and then they solve the problem. So you're going to, you know, find the hot buttons, like the beneficiary on the first page, as well as what do they have in place. If they have 20,000 of coverage, they might have a different need than if they have $0 of coverage in place already. So you need to know this information. So you'll say, okay, you know, where's all your important documents, your other insurance, Now, what about your other life insurances? How much life insurance do you have in place right now?
None.
None. Let's say you say 20,000. Oh, you got 20,000?
No.
Great. 20,000. Now, what's the name of the company? Let's say Globe. Oh, they say Globe. Oh, okay, Globe. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, what a great company. Now, if you're a savvy insurance agent, you know that means they have 20,000 of term insurance. Now, depending on their age, they most likely would rather they're supposed to have whole life. If you're over the age of 50, you're always supposed to have whole life. You just took your test, you know that. Anybody over the age of 50 is supposed to have whole life. So if they tell you they have 20,000 in term, now you know that maybe you can convert that term into whole life for them and do them a service, okay? So that's kind of what they might say. Oh, I have 2,000 with Mutual of Omaha. Oh, great, we work with Mutual of Omaha. So now I can say you have 2,000 Mutual of Omaha. That's a great start. Do you think 2,000 is going to cover everything? No, of course it isn't. So maybe, how much coverage do you think it would take to cover everything? Oh, 10,000. So what you're looking for is maybe another 8,000 of coverage, probably Mutual of Omaha or another company similar to them. Okay, that's great. Now again, we're a brokerage, so we shop between multiple different companies. I can definitely show you Mutual of Omaha. Would you rather go with Mutual of Omaha, or do you want me to go with whatever company's going to give you the best of price? Of course, they're going to take the best of price.
Right.
Maybe they take Mutual of Omaha. Doesn't matter. Either way, you're giving them two options where you win either way.
Yeah.
You're not saying yes, you want the insurance, or no, you not want the insurance. You're saying, do you want more from Mutual of Omaha, or do you want the cheaper price? You always give them two options where you get either one is the correct answer. Okay. So now this is the other reason this page is very important. Checking account. If they don't have a checking account, your pitch just got a lot shorter. Okay. If they have no money to come in, then you can't take any money out. So you ask them, you have a checking account? Where do you bank at? Oh, I'm at US. And this sometimes makes people uncomfortable. Why are you asking me my bank? You know, I always tell them all the story. I mean, I have US Bank and they make me pay $12.99 every single month in fees. Do you have any fees on your bank? Oh, no, I don't have any fees. Oh, my gosh, where do you bank at? PNC. Oh, great, PNC Bank. You know, blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. And I just need you to take out $20 and give that to me in cash. I'm just kidding. All right. And so this is, again, 12, 13. This is one of the most important pages in the whole book because you're going to want to know for sure their checking account and what insurance they have in place before you can really have a good pitch at all. All right. So we got that. Medical history. Another important page so that you can kind of see where the client stands. If they're very healthy, you're going to give them, you know, I prefer Americo or whatever company you're writing that gets first day coverage. If they're very unhealthy, they're on oxygen, they maybe had cancer last Thursday. It's important that you know that before you start telling them you're going to get first aid coverage, and then you can't. Okay, so you want to find out all this information before you really get into the pitch. Okay, this is your fact-finding mission. Okay, here. So tell me, are you taking very many prescriptions right now? Oh, really? Wow. What are you taking them for? And then they start telling you. Okay, and I even take it a step further and write down the actual prescriptions they're taking. And then you have a prescription guide in your book here, and that'll show you if they're going to qualify based off their prescriptions. Right. Or I'll simply, I'm a young guy, no, I don't look it, but I'm a 23-year-old, I'm just a 32-year-old guy, and I'll Google each prescription and see what it's treating. Okay, that way I know what the client's being prescribed as, or at least what it could be. So some prescriptions cover hypertension and congestive heart failure. So then if you see that it's covering both, you can say, have you ever had congestive heart failure before? And you can kind of know again what you're getting into before you go too far into the spiel. Okay, this is a pretty good page right here. He's asking, it says, now are you thinking of burial or cremation? Traditional burial or cremation? And I know my mom said when I asked her this one day, she says, I've been going to church my whole life for fire insurance. You better not throw me in the pit there at the end. So for my mom, no cremation. She's doing traditional burial. Some people prefer either way. So that's what you're going to write. You're going to mark off the page that they don't want, and then the rest is pretty much breezy to the back. This is a cool page in the very back. This kind of talks about inflation. So again, you can use this as a guide to see how much a funeral might cost. So you ask them, he says, okay, Derek, if you were to pass away today, how much would a funeral cost, would you say? Oh, $10,000. Okay, that's great, $10,000. And that's today in 2017, and you're at the age of 55. So then you'll see down here there's an inflation rate calculator here at the bottom. So you'll start with 55. It'll go over, circle he's a male. So you'll take that 10,000 and times it by 2.37. So easy math tells us that will be $23,700 estimated total cost at final expenses by the time you pass away. Mr. Derek, I'm sure that you know as time goes by, those prices always go up. So they're calculating that it'll be about $23,700 for your funeral at that time. That's probably way too high, but I'm sure it's important to have more than $10,000 of insurance in place. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
And then you're nodding your head to agree, they agree. So that's very important, all right? And that is your final wishes guide and your first gift, okay? Now, you also have your Walmart card, and then sometimes some people will give a prescription discount card as well. And that is your free gift portion of the spiel. All right, thanks.
Right.